Alright, Tucker Carlson is back in Moscow, sucking Putin's dick, as always. Let's get into it.
In the week since we left Russia, Moscow, where we are now, in February, after interviewing Vladimir Putin, we've watched from the United States as the Biden administration has driven the U.S. ever closer to a nuclear conflict with Russia, the country that possesses the world's largest nuclear.
America and Russia are not getting into a nuclear conflict. America is just helping Ukraine protect itself. This is basic knowledge, but Tucker doesn't care about basic knowledge. He's going to intentionally lie to you.
Your arsenal. It has accelerated ever since, and it's reached its apogee so far in the weeks after Trump's election. He's now the president-elect. In that time, just a few weeks ago, the Biden administration, American military personnel launched missiles into mainland.
Ukraine launched the missiles. America gave them the permission to launch them further. America did not send missiles to Russia. That is common knowledge, I fear.
Russia and killed at least a dozen Russian soldiers. So we are, unbeknownst to most Americans, in a hot war with Russia, an undeclared war, a war you did not vote for and that most Americans don't want, but that is ongoing. And because of that war, because of the fact that the U.S. military is killing Russians in Russia right now, we are closer to nuclear war than at any time in history. Far closer than we were during the Cuban Missile Crisis. That would mean the elimination of Russia, the United States, and most of the rest of the world.
We are not closer to nuclear war. He is lying here. You're going to be hearing me say this a lot. He is lying to your face. This smug ass.
We felt there must be someone behind the scenes in Washington working to make sure that this conflict doesn't become a nuclear holocaust. But we found out that no, in fact, there is nobody.
There is people. There's people communicating with Ukraine to make sure that they don't go too far. And they aren't doing... They're keeping Ukraine on too tight of a leash, in my opinion. They are not doing a good job of protecting Ukraine and protecting Ukrainians.
Tony Blinken, the current Secretary of State, cut off all contact between the U.S. and Russian.
He did not. There is still contact between Ukraine and Russia. He's lying here. He's openly and blatantly lying here. I hate this man. I hate this man. I hate this man. I hate this man.
Governments. There is no back channel. There is no conversation. There hasn't been for more than 2 years.
Oh shit. I think this might be a little too loud. Here, let me... Alright.
That's shocking. Meanwhile, most Americans have no access to any perspective other than that granted to them by NBC News and the New York Times. They don't know how close we are. They don't know the Russian perspective. We've been trying for over a year to get that perspective out to American news.
By the Russian perspective, he means no one is glazing Putin's cock enough for his liking. He wants people absolutely glazing Putin. Alright.
Consumers. We've also tried for over a year to get an interview with Zelensky, the president of Ukraine. We've attacked that from a bunch of different angles. We've spoken to a lot of different people around him, had dinner with them. We've been in talks continuously, and those...
Yeah, I wonder why Zelensky doesn't want to interview Tucker Carlson. Could it be because Tucker Carlson is a Russian shill and a Russian sympathizer? Could it be that Zelensky knows that if he was to interview Tucker Carlson, he would not get a good, honest, and fair interview? Obviously. Do you really think that Tucker Carlson would be as charitable to Zelensky as he has towards Putin? No, obviously not. Tucker has been absolutely glazing Putin's cock and balls, absolutely guzzling them. He would not do the same to Zelensky. He would not be charitable in any respect towards Zelensky at all.
Efforts have been thwarted by the U.S. government. The American embassy in Kiev, which our tax dollars pay for, told the Zelensky government, no, you may not do the interview. You can talk to CNN, you can't talk to us. So we've been unable to speak to him.
Yeah, that's a good, whatchamacallit. It's just good journalism practice, because they know that Tucker will not be a honest interviewer. He will be bad faith. Oh, shit. This is the thumbnail. Face. Alright.
So we came back to Moscow yesterday to interview the foreign minister of Russia, Sergei Lavrov, the longest serving foreign minister in the world. He's been a part of this government for 25 years. He's been in the diplomatic corps for over...
I don't know much about Sergei Lavrov. I don't care. I really don't care about Sergei. Gonna be honest.
Over 40, and ask him, where exactly are we? Are we headed toward an unprecedented conflict between Russia and the United States?
We are not. We are not heading towards that way in any sense of the word. America and Russia are not going to get into any conflict.
Is there any way to peel Russia back from the east, from the sphere of China, back into the west? Is that alliance permanent? And does the election of Donald Trump mean an end to this war, which is reshaping the world, the U.S. economy, the global economy, and risk?
I don't know if Trump will continue supporting Ukraine. I don't think he will. And that scares me, and it should scare you. Trump also wants to glaze Putin. He is Putin's pet. Because Trump just wants money. That's all he cares about, money and power. Oh.
The life of every person on this planet. Is that possible? We just walked out of that interview. It's absolutely fascinating. It's coming very soon. We hope you'll watch.
Alright. That is all for this segment, actually. Like, subscribe, comment. I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.